One of the convicts in the 2002 Bali bombings that killed over 200 people has been granted parole. Umar Patek, found guilty of helping build a car bomb, has been paroled after serving about half of his original 20-year prison sentence. The parole orders came in despite strong objections by Australia, which lost scores of citizens in the Indonesia attacks. Hisham bin Ali Zain, also known by his alias Umar Patek, was a leading member of the Al-Qaeda-linked network Jemaah Islamiyah, which was blamed for the blasts at two nightclubs in Bali's Kuta beach. The attacks killed 202 people, mostly foreign tourists, including 88 Australians. Patek was sentenced to 20 years in prison, a decade after the bombing. He left Bali just before the attacks and spent 9 years on the run, during which he was considered one of Asia's most wanted terror suspects. Indonesian authorities say 55-year-old Patek was successfully reformed in prison, adding that they will use him to influence other militants to turn away from terrorism. Indonesian authorities say they will continue to monitor Patek, adding that he will have to participate in a mentoring program until his parole ends in April 2030. This justification, however, fails to soothe families of the victims, not the least the trauma of survivors, who have expressed anger and dismay over the parole decision.
Very distraught, shocked really. I still can't understand how this person that created so much loss of life, not just for 88 Australians, 202 people, could be walking free this morning here in over in Indonesia. It just doesn't sit well at all. I can't understand it.
Australia has expressed strong displeasure at this decision. Australian Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles said Indonesia's release of Umar Patek will be a difficult day for Australians who lost loved ones and relatives in the attacks. News in August of his expected early release sparked outrage in Australia. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese described Patek as abhorrent, adding that his release would cause further distress to Australians who endured the trauma of the bombings. Australia's objection prompted President Joko Widodo's administration to delay Patek's release, while Indonesia hosted the Group of 20 summit last month.
Australians have every right to be disappointed and concerned by this news. We do understand and respect the differences with the Indonesian system, so therefore it's best we just engage in that dialogue with them to ensure that all the necessary protections, all possible protections, are being put in place.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.